Hello and welcome to the homestead.
Hi guys.
Well, this video is a video of disappointment.
A little bit.
So as you can see, guys, behind us we have some ladders up against the house. We have a piece of metal up against the house because we were going to start putting metal on the roof. This is a project we started actually 2 weeks ago, and I'll explain why, but this project is going to get delayed again. So last night it rained pretty much a good part of the night.
Yeah, we had some significant rain, and then this morning it was raining again.
Yeah, well, this morning it dried out for quite a while. And I put this metal up, I got the ladder set up, I was gonna come out here, we were gonna bang this out because it was supposed to be dry but overcast all day until dinner time tonight, which was plenty of time for us to get this first tier of metal on and get it sealed in and be good to go. But about an hour and a half ago, it rained again. And the problem that we have is, although it's sunny now, we took the opportunity in the sun to come out and talk to y'all. You don't want to put metal on top of moist zip board. Now the zip board is water resistant and it's fine. But if there's moisture underneath there and it heats up in the sun of the day, it can cause the metal to corrode from underneath because there's not a lot of room for that moisture to go. And as you screw the roof down to the zip board, if there's moisture there, it'll get in the screw holes. It may not necessarily leak, but it will cause that zip board to be weaker and not hold those screws in as well. Guys, I wanted to at least get this started today, but
It's just too wet.
it's too wet, and they're actually predicting now that in about an hour or so, more rain is coming. So this is our forever home. We don't want to rush it to just get the job done and have a problem that we have to replace the whole thing 10 years down the road. So that's where we're at. Let me grab the camera. We're going to take you around the homestead. We're going to show you some other things that are going on, some successes that we've had, and some of the problems that we've had. So let me grab this and I will show you what's going on, guys. So you're going to see it in an upcoming video. You will see here that is the metal that we're using. This is the metal we're not using. Why aren't we using that metal, you would ask? Would you like to tell them, honey, why we're not using that metal, the metal we originally bought for the roof?
Because that metal is too short.
That metal is too short. It's too short by about 2.5 to 3 inches. My math did not math, and I had to go get 10 more sheets at 14 foot to make sure that we were fine. Now, that's only not going to work on this back half because of the eave that hangs over. The rest of the front metal, the first metal we bought, will work fine for the rest of the house because there's not as much of an eave and an overhang going on with that. Let me turn you guys around and get over here. So this is all gonna have to stay for another week.
Yeah.
So basically,
Yeah, we'll have to like lay that back down so it doesn't get blown over.
Yeah, we'll lay this piece right here. We'll lay this down so it's good. The ladders can stay up, and put this off for another week. At which point it'll be 3 weeks behind, guys, and I would have had this whole roof done in that 3-week time if Mother Nature would have played along with us.
It just so happens when we have all this stuff planned, it continues to rain.
It's really mind-boggling the amount of rain that we have gotten. But yesterday it did not rain, and you would say to yourself, well, Eric, why didn't you do the roof yesterday? And there's a good reason for that, guys.
Yeah, I didn't want him up on the roof while I wasn't here, and yesterday I had to spend the day cleaning the Airbnb.
She had to clean the Airbnb, and she was not going to be here, and I thought that that was probably a smart move as well to not be up there, because if something had happened and I fell off,
nobody would have known.
No, I could scream at the top of my lungs, and there's no neighbors close enough that would have been home that would have known about it. So
actually, there is a neighbor close enough, but probably not willing to help.
Maybe, yeah. We'll give them the credit that he probably would have come over if I was screaming help, help, help.
Maybe.
But let's take a walk over here, guys. We are going over. This is the chickens, and we're going to open this up and show you our new chicken coop. Girls are very happy with the new chicken coop. That's working out just fine, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, looky. You making us some breakfast? They're doing just fine in there. We're gonna close them back up. What do you think of the new chicken coop, honey?
I like the new chicken coop. I think the girls like the new chicken
Yep.
coop. What I think they don't like is the fact that they're not able to forage as much as they were used to.
No, they're not foraging as much. So if you guys remember, we put up this chicken run for them, and when we first put it up, it was kind of a muddy mess in here. Let me show you guys. But since then, we took the last of our wood chips and we filled this all in, and they really are loving it. It's dry. They can scratch around, but there's no grasses for them.
No, but on a regular basis, because I have to mow the garden rows so much,
Yeah.
the walking rows,
Yeah.
I actually have a bagger, so I will dump
The
greens
clippings.
in there for them.
Yeah, and they go nuts on them.
As well as, you know, they're getting bugs and
Yeah.
worms.
No, there's bugs in there, and they're
Yeah.
picking at them, and they're foraging for that, but no greenery for them. But it was pretty muddy over here, guys. I will show you here real quick. If you go back to one of our older videos, you'll see this area, there was a big depression right here, and it was filling with water.
Yeah, it filled up so much that it looked like a pond over here.
Yeah, but my buddy Rich and Ann, they let me borrow their tractor. Now their tractor has a bucket. So it was excellent for us to be able to have that. One of the projects I did yesterday while Missy was away was fill this in, and I will show you in a moment where I got all of that dirt from. But I'm sure you guys are eager to see, because you haven't seen them.
Pig.
You haven't seen them since
Hey, pig,
we
pig,
first
pig,
got
pig,
them.
Hey, pig. What you doing?
Check those guys out. Hi. Hi. You want to say hi?
It's not edible.
No, you cannot bite my hand. They are doing fantastic, our pigs are. We put some wood chips in here for them too. Now the pigs like mud.
Yeah.
They like mud quite a bit, but this gets them a little drier before they get in their little shelter. And
I don't have anything.
they seem to be doing fine. And this area behind them that you see, they're gonna get opened up into that very, very shortly. Hopefully next weekend I can put some electric wire in here and get them trained to it, and then we're gonna get them out there. But let me take you over here, guys, and I will show you. You with me, honey? Okay. I will show you what I did. So we want to make sure as summer comes along that our pigs are well taken care of and have a nice place to wallow in the mud, because pigs love being in the mud. So I came over here, guys, and hopefully you can see it there. There's a big depression right here. So that's what we did. I took the dirt out of there and moved it over to yonder. And that'll fill up with water, because basically all we have around here is clay.
Well, yeah, and then it naturally comes, the water comes down to this corner anyway.
Yep, it sure does.
So once we're able to lengthen their run here for the pigs.
Their run will come off that corner, and it'll follow the tree line all the way around behind Missy, come out by the debris pile, and come up onto this grassy area and come right back around to the edge there, and that will give them this whole big area here to work with.
Yeah.
And I left some logs back there so they can scratch up against them. And
yeah, because right now they use the hog panels to scratch up.
Yeah, they use the hog panels right now, so they need to get out of there. That's going to happen real fast. And as they get in that wallow, they're gonna root it out, and they're gonna make themselves a nice little pond, and that will be just fine for them. And then, guys, the bees, let's go over and look at the bees. So we did our first hive inspection yesterday, right?
Yeah, and that video should be coming out.
That video will be our next video coming out. I thought our next video coming out would be roofing the tiny house, but that is the way it goes. We'll come over here and we'll take a look at the bees.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy because it's not sunny, so I'm not
No.
going to get too close.
No. So we have this hive, which we're calling the good hive, and this hive, which we're calling the bad hive. And you can see, guys, the good hive has tons and tons of activity. And the bad hive, which does have activity, it doesn't have nearly as much activity as the other one does. And we're not exactly sure why that is, but
no, but we did find out, and that gets mentioned in our video, some of the reasons why we were thinking that
one hive is doing better than the other.
Yeah.
And you'll have to go check that video out to see what's going on with the hives. We did talk to our bee guy yesterday, and he said that if bad hive does not start thriving pretty soon and we have to replace it, that's fine. He's okay with that. But what else do we got going on? Well, seeing how we're not doing roofing today, hang on, honey, I'm gonna skip to the other side of you because that arm is getting tired.
All right.
What are we doing today? Because we're obviously not putting metal on the roof.
No.
Look at that storm cloud, guys. That's what I'm talking about. It looks sunny now, but it's not gonna stay sunny forever. Not at all. So what's the plan, honey?
Well, We did get some more trellising up.
We did.
But we need to finish off the trellising in the garden because it's already mid-June and we're running a little bit behind. Our trellising should have been up by now.
Yeah.
So that's the project for today.
Yeah.
Is to get that trellising up and fix a couple of the bean rows.
Bean rows.
I had a whole row of beans that got completely washed out by all that rain.
Rain again.
Not this past rain, but like a couple storms ago.
Yeah.
And just haven't been able to get out here to get that
rework
done.
it. But you can see here, guys, we have a couple, 2-3 bundles left of trellising that need to go up, and pretty much the T-posts are up. So that should be a relatively quick and easy project to do, I think, for this afternoon before the other rain comes in.
Yeah, it's warm, but not too hot.
It's muggy though.
It is a little sticky.
Yeah, it's definitely a little sticky. We can go back over here and tell them what's happening over here.
So we have rabbits that are just pretty much ready.
Yeah, let me show you those guys. These rabbits right here. These guys right here. They're ready. They're ready to go to freezer camp, and they're gonna take that guy with them, and that's gonna happen today. Later on this afternoon, we're gonna do that because I actually did not feed these guys this morning when I did the rest of the chores, so that they'll get it all out of their system. And later this afternoon, those guys are gonna go to freezer camp. Where are you? You're way over there.
Oh, I know. I was looking at the rabbits.
Rabbits are your favorite farmstead animal.
They are. They're probably more my favorite than the chickens.
Yeah.
The chickens, they're all right. Some of them come up to me, but they're not as friendly.
No.
Some of them will let me hold them, but it's not.
No.
It's not a.
You want to show them the new ones?
So, well, that's what I was saying. I don't think that for this batch that we're gonna cull out and put in the freezer, we're not keeping any of them.
No. Nope.
We actually have these guys that are next in line.
Yeah.
So we have 6.
You want to pop that open? We'll show it to them.
6 in here with Mama.
And they need to be moved over to the other side, guys, because...
And they need more room.
They're
still hanging out with Mama right now.
They're ginormous as well.
So they're pretty big.
Yeah.
But if we choose to keep anybody, I think, depending on male or female, we might be keeping... Oh, did I scare you? We might be keeping Floppy over there.
Yeah. That's the only floppy-eared rabbit we've ever gotten.
And it's funny that his ears are so big and floppy because we don't even have a flop-eared rabbit.
Yeah, no, we don't. And then over here, well, this was kind of a surprise batch of rabbits.
Yeah, it was.
We weren't sure if she was pregnant.
Well, I kind of figured she was once she started collecting
Yes,
hay,
but we weren't positive.
And then, what was it? Not even a week later, I'm like, she's pregnant. She's gonna have babies. So this is the one that had 10 babies. Count them, 10. One of them was stillborn. Hi, Mama. And these guys in here, so we have 9 right now. I know you guys
can pull that too much further forward.
No, I know. But there are 9 in here. So there's 4 that are this color. Some of them are lighter brown and darker brown, but they're super cute.
They're so cute. When they're that age, they're so cute.
And then we have 5 all black. And I believe that this is the runt of the litter.
Which was so small.
Oh, not happy that it picked you up. I think this is Fatty.
Oh, look at Fatty.
I know, he's probably one of the bigger ones.
Not skimping on the milk intake at all.
No, not at all. But they are all doing well, all 9 of them.
Yeah.
But oh, let me see. Yeah, they're all squished in there. There's actually 5 black now and 4 brown.
Yeah.
So, hi babies. But they're super cute.
Yeah, they're doing fine in there.
So, those are those guys.
And that is the biggest litter we've ever gotten here on the homestead.
The most we've ever gotten was 7.
Yeah.
But
to get 10,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
and she actually knew that one was stillborn because she moved it to the front of the nest box.
Yeah.
And just left it. And
Yeah.
all the other ones were pushed in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But we're keeping that mama. I think we're gonna keep that big litter mama and our other mama, and then our male is over there.
and depending on what sex that is, I'm not sure, but the one with the floppy ears.
Yeah. Well, we also do bunny trading with Jason and Tara to introduce new genetics into our rabbitries.
And we talked, and we're actually looking at getting another male from them. And they were talking about getting a doe.
Because we already brought them a male.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. But we need to, I want to move our rabbitry. It's not in the best spot anymore.
No.
I'd really like to get it back over with the chickens and pigs, so all of our livestock, sorry guys, is in the same spot. I think that's the best solution for us. That way we can just, when we got to get feed, it all goes to the same spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And chores are all over there. But I told you about the success and disappointments we've had, and those are some of the successes that we've had, but I'm going to take you around back here. So I told you guys that Rich and Ann had let me borrow their tractor, and I did a bunch of projects. I did the mud project and the Waller project. I went back over here to where we run our meat birds, and I flattened that out a little bit in one area and made it better. And then I tried to get into the woods back here and just move a little bit of the debris from the tree dropping, just move it over a little bit. And of course there's plenty of trees in there, and I was trying to be so cautious. Guys, I was being super cautious, and I was trying to back in kind of between 2 trees, and I was looking over my right shoulder, making sure that Rich's box, and I'll show you, he has a little storage box on his 3-point lift, making sure that that didn't hit anything. And I was gonna put that between 2 trees, and like I said, I was looking over my right shoulder, and then I heard crunch over my left shoulder, and that's what happened. Now that just bolts in right here on this side. Should be a plug in there, should be very easy to replace, but yeah, very disappointed. But we borrowed Rich's tractor, and Rich's tractor will go back to him in the same shape, if not better.
That was another thing that happened while I was not here.
Yeah, I should not be left alone on the homestead unsupervised, obviously. No. But I already talked to Rich about it, and Ann, I'm gonna go to the dealership where they bought it and make sure that I get the right light for it, and we're gonna get that put back on for them. But needless to say, guys, after that happened, I pretty much brought the tractor to the front of the property, washed it, and brought it back here and put it away. So, yeah, that's what's happening here on the homestead for us.
It's been a tough week.
It's been one of those weeks. Let me set you guys up here. So, oh, that's so much better. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks. I'm really ready for the rain to go away. Rain, go away.
I mean, I don't mind if it rains. It's just, it's been raining so much.
It's been raining for 4 months. It's been raining here in Arkansas for 4 months.
There hasn't been 1 week that we haven't gotten rain, insubstantial rain,
yeah,
too.
An inch or two of rain.
Yeah. Like,
so
every time it rains, it's like an inch of rain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I thought this was almost, are we in summer yet? I think almost.
Almost into summer. July 21st, I think, is...
No, June.
June 21st?
Yeah.
June 21st is the start of summer, so we're a week away from the start of official summer. Guys, it should have stopped raining a long time ago.
Yeah, last year we didn't get as much rain.
We got a substantial amount of rain last year, but not like this.
Spring.
It was early spring, and we got a ton of it in early spring, and then it died off. It seems to be procrastinating this year. So I don't know what we're going to do about that. But that's it for us, guys. Look for the bee video. That'll be coming out in a couple of days. And then hopefully next week, we will be able to get back on the roof project. I know you guys are dying for us to get back on the tiny house build. And I'm eager to.
Yeah.
So we got to get this done. We want to be in there for this winter. The time is growing short, and these 2-3 week delays.
I know, we should have had the metal on.
All the metal should be on the roof. We should be done with that project already. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.